So when I first started, it frankly was a little intimidating coming to an accounting firm. I spent several years working in education in different capacities, but before I came to Snodgrass, I was working in higher ed. I obviously had worked with students, so that was an easy part of the transition, but I was nervous to come into such a professional setting with such knowledgeable people, but everyone was so welcoming. Very open door policy. So that was a huge part of, I think, my start at Snodgrass.
It's certainly real. From early on in my career, everyone kind of having your best interest in mind, wanting you to succeed, give you the opportunities to grow, but then really having a vested interest in kind of your personal life and kind of your successes at the firm and outside of the firm. The outreach from having a second child, growing my family was really amazing. People caring about, what you have going on outside of work.
So I was hired as an associate, and now I'm a manager. Over the years, I've worked my way up and stayed happy where I am. And I do say it within all of the different interviews that I'm now doing for new hires and the panels and all of that. The thing that has kept me here over and over again is the people. It does sound cliche, I know that, but the group of people that are here, everybody seems to want to be here. The thing that makes such a difference between good days and bad days are the people that you're working with. If you are having bad days with people that have nothing but bad days, it's going to drag you down. But if you are working with people that continue to, lift you up or you can commiserate with, it just makes those hard days a little bit easier to work through. There is support top to bottom wherever you need it.
When you walk in your first day, you're just asked to show up with a good attitude and work hard and just try to get a little bit better each day. On day one, I had almost no understanding of what really public accounting was, what our clients do, how we serve them, and now I'm looked at as a trusted advisor. Yeah, I've received a lot of support from many mentors along the way. We're unique in that we have a very open door policy, access really to everyone. Going from someone that's just in the weeds working through just basic tasks to now helping clients with operational challenges or strategic challenges and monitoring the risk, I think is a really unique perspective. And I think for them too, they kind of see my own growth and development has been really special.
The work-life balance here is tangible. That doesn't mean that we're immune to hard and stressful deadlines. That's going to be part of the position, part of the role. But for me, when it was really tangible regarding the work-life balance and the commitment to your staff, commitment to your team members, and commitment to really supporting them through personal hardships, a couple instances always popped at the front of my mind. We unfortunately lost my father-in-law about 8 years ago, right before my son was born. The outpouring of support that we got from everyone at the firm was overwhelming, and still to this day, I can feel the cracking in my voice talking about that. Also, when we had my son, the level of anxiety that you go through as a first-time parent, tangible. Again, the level of support that you have from everybody outpouring. And then again, when COVID happened, the world's going crazy. Again, just the commitment to each team member was evident. They're not just my experiences. When you talk to everyone throughout the firm, they can all share a similar story.
We are a growing regional firm that feels very intimate. The thing is, the culture here is more so really prefaces the work-life balance. The employees are so important, and you can tell.
I think the word that comes to mind the most when I think about the past 6.5 years at Snodgrass is just it being very rewarding. I feel very fulfilled in my professional development and in my career. Our client relationships are kind of the foundation of what Snodgrass is. We really pride ourselves on being that go-to, resource for all of our clients. I think it's a testament to our culture internally that we do really uplift and support each other, and that we are able to kind of branch out that environment to our clients as well. I had a support system, not just, in my personal life, but also in my professional life. Was able to continue my work, going through a lot of sort of medical situations, a lot of appointments, stuff like that. But knowing that I was always in a good position with Snodgrass was amazing.
What we typically say to our potential clients is that, we can be as involved or as not as involved as you'd like. So it's as big or as little as that group needs to be for that specific client. It's interesting because a lot of individuals I've seen expect things to be not necessarily handed to them, but to be described to them. I went to my boss and I said, this is what I want for my career. How do I make it happen? And they laid out those steps. They laid out the necessary things I needed to accomplish to be considered for that next level up. I was working with them directly saying, okay, what else can I be doing? How can I be improving? And they were very hands-on with that, and I appreciate that.
The 80th year celebration is significant. It's a celebration of all the firm has overcome and achieved. To me, one word comes to mind, and that's stewardship. We are committed to investing in the next generation of talent. We're committed to investing in our clients. I wouldn't be sitting here today if it weren't for the stewardship of the partners that preceded me.
I mean, you don't get to 80 years by accident. That is all hard work, that is dedication, that is loyalty to your people. Keeping our leadership in place, knowing our leadership has that mindset of celebrating our past, celebrating our present, and looking towards our future and our growth and how we can continue on that legacy just solidifies everything that I joined Snodgrass.
It starts with our leadership, being Chuck Marston, the president of the firm, has really vowed to remain independent as a firm and to focus on us as employees first and our clients, certainly continuing to serve them the way we have over the last 80 years.
I think it's hard to grasp, given that I've only been here for a second of the lifespan of the firm. But I think it really is rooted in a great legacy. There's just plenty of years of trusted relationships between us and the firm, and also, I guess, the honor that we have to serve them.
I think just the people is like one of the biggest things of the culture that we hear about. And I think that was one of the first things I noticed when I started working here, making sure that people were taken care of, that their questions are answered. It's just a huge part of the firm. And I think that's how it's going to be moving forward too.